Hey guys, welcome to Fact Checked, episode number 14. That's not Fact Check number 14, that's Fact Checking episode number 14. This is a little different from our normal fact check. We forgot to do it after we recorded the podcast, so Ben chimed in via Google Hangouts, so that's why the audio on his end sounds a little in and out, but hope you enjoy it. Again, typically these are not PG. This one's okay, but just wanted to give you a heads up. Thanks all for listening. Have a great day. Go ahead and talk once.
Talking.
All right. This is kind of cool.
Yeah, this is how we would bring a guest on.
Yeah, it doesn't sound terrible. I mean, you clearly aren't in the room, but
yeah,
but
I mean, it's okay.
It's okay. Yeah, for sure. It'll work.
If I had a microphone, I wonder if that would help.
That would help a ton, I think. But anyways, fact check. We are doing this with Ben remotely this time. We kind of flaked when we recorded the podcast last Saturday. So we're just kind of going through the list real quick of the fact check. One of them was the construction update for... Crap, I don't have that on there. I don't have this... Whoop.
I have company.
Is that Andy?
We're doing a fact check. Yeah.
Oh, hi.
Hi, Andy.
Hi.
I hope you enjoy your baskets.
Yeah, he's pretty awesome. I told him he made my dreams come true.
Whoa.
Really.
With his pants
Didn't
on.
Didn't take a whole lot. It's the simple things. I'm trying to get this tiny house organized.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I cut my finger.
Oh, ouch. Anyways, let's see. I don't have a link for the construction update, but the construction update on Ottawa. So right next to the Venue Apartments was where that little kickout is.
Yeah.
And that's actually on the side of Ottawa is just going to be some office buildings, and on the other side is going to be Marriott Hotel on the Monroe side.
A hotel?
Yeah, another one. So it was supposed
to pick a spot, loading zone.
They do in front of the Monroe side, but they're still working on it. Yeah. They do their end time was supposed to be like in sometime the end of 2017, and yeah,
behind schedule. Yes,
so that is where that's at. I do not have an end date when that's going to be done, but yeah, that's what's going to be. So, city ordinance about Jeez, I didn't even drink anything about parking. And you can see this loading zone. This is what I found. I found a lot of cool stuff, but it's actually loading and unloading of vehicles and not for parking or other purposes. So, unloading I'm assuming it means passengers or packages.
Or deliveries, like copy machines.
Right. So I think we're good in the loading zone. There was something else that this is pretty... Let me go to the top because I think it was closer to the top. There was something about, like, you can't put your hazards on or something. And it's some...
You can probably search for the word hazards.
Yeah, I probably could. I don't know. But anyways, there was something to that effect, like it's 15 feet from a fire hydrant.
Prohibited parking. That's a great section.
Where do you see that?
This whole list is prohibited parking.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, somewhere... No parking on freeway.
No way.
Oh, so this is interesting. This commercial vehicle one. No commercial vehicle shall be parked longer than 2 hours. So I wonder what I thought is if we were considered commercial vehicles. I mean, clearly we're not, but.
Huh. Never thought that.
Yeah. So this is kind of it's kind of if you're super bored It's kind of a good read where you could, I mean, it just has all kinds of the rules on that. But apparently loading zones, we can do that. No more than 20 minutes, which isn't a problem. But there's just
5 minutes, we're out.
Right, but there's just not a lot of room in those loading zones. So let's see. What's this one? Oh, this is the hotel. I did have it up here. I just had them backwards.
Wow.
Yep. Hotels by Marriott.
And a hip loft office space.
Yeah. And the part of the facility that faces Ottawa will be upgraded for modern office space. Yep. So I'm not sure. This article was written in February of this year, I think. No, yep. February of 17. So a year and a half ago. But
kind of behind schedule there.
Right. Next up, turn lane. Here you go. If it loads.
Oh, yeah. The spot where I pick up passengers sometimes.
Yep. So it's interesting. I had to go to the street view because when I looked at it up top, it kind of didn't look like it had one. I'm like, oh, boy, I'm going to get screwed on this one.
Nope, you were right. There it is. So, yeah, when I drop off at the Bob, I have been known to park in that center turn lane if it's not busy and just let them out there.
If it's
that way, they're only crossing 2 lanes of traffic instead of 4.
Well, if it's not busy, why don't you just pull over to the side then, over here?
Because cops write tickets if you park there.
You don't think they're going to write one if you park in the turn lane?
I don't know. Maybe we should fact check that.
Right. How about you be the designated guy that does that?
Yeah.
$118 ticket. Nope. All right. Short ride on the airports. So, I don't remember exactly what was the actual issue or what we were fact checking it, but it holds your spot for 12 hours. You have to be in the queue for 15 minutes before that's valid.
I think we were just looking for, it doesn't necessarily mean it's a trip that's super close. It's just a short trip within the vicinity of the airport.
And I did read that it did say that Uber will notify you.
Yeah, yep.
So,
when I had it, showed me on the request that it was a short trip.
It does say, while Uber didn't specify what a short trip means, it seems like drivers will get a notification before or after the trip for a short trip, as seen in the screenshot above. So, yeah, I didn't know about the 15 minutes in the queue, which
that's interesting.
Which isn't hard right now in the summer.
Oh no!
All right, next
people
up.
Sit in that queue for hours.
Say that again.
Some people sit in that queue for hours.
I don't understand that.
Seriously, it's ridiculous.
Unless you're just waiting for a long ride, but even then, if there's nothing going on, why would you do that? Next up, $1,000 festival pass. I did find it. It is sold out, but you see it's $9.99 or $99.99. $999.99. There you go. It says entry to 100 festivals, including
99999.
Niner
in there?
Yeah. Including the Forest of Fear, whatever. Laugh Fest. No, not Laugh Fest. Electric
Forest.
Thank you. Yes. But gosh, that's
would you buy that? That's expensive.
Yeah, that just gets you into the festivals.
Still gotta pay for airfare.
Right, and it's general admission, so it's not like VIP.
Yeah.
And it does get you access to sold out festivals, so that's kind of cool if you missed signing up for it or whatever.
Yeah, and we'll put the links in the show notes, won't we?
We will.
Yeah, so people can look it up.
Okay. Do old people have trouble sleeping in? So this one's hilarious because I don't even remember talking about this. So
you were complaining how you were trying to sleep in after driving, but you couldn't. You were up at like 7 a.m.
Okay. So this one gets a little heady, but hang on one second. Sorry. Something with our circadian rhythms, many researchers believe to have to do with light exposure and treatment options for advanced sleep phase syndrome. That's what they call it.
Interesting.
So, see, this is what I should have done is like have a highlighter, but this was so wordy that many older adults, though certainly not all, also report being less satisfied with sleep and more tired during the day. Studies on the sleep habits of older Americans show an increase in the time it takes to fall asleep, sleep latency, an overall decline in REM sleep, and increased sleep fragmentation, waking up during the night with age. The prevalence of sleep disorders also tends to increase with age. However, research suggests that much of the sleep disturbance among the elderly can be attributed to physical and psychiatric illness and the medications used to treat them. So basically, so that's what they're saying the sleep problem is.
So I wonder what classifies old.
I thought about that.
Are you old?
I am, I think. In addition to changes in the sleep architecture that occur as we age, other factors, including other factors affecting sleep, are the circadian rhythms that coordinate timing of our bodily functions, including sleep. For example, older people tend to become sleepier in the early evening and wake up earlier in the morning compared to young adults. Again, what are those age limits?
I know, that's interesting.
The pattern is called advanced sleep phase syndrome. The sleep rhythm is shifted forwards so that 7 or 8 hours of sleep are still obtained, but the individuals wake up extremely early because they've gone to sleep quite early. So it doesn't really say the age, but clearly,
but it's a thing.
Clearly it's me. All right. The Patty Supreme Patty.
Yeah.
So
this guy's crazy.
He is crazy. So apparently most of his stuff is Instagram.
Oh.
He's got 34K follower on that. Does he have an Instagram link? No, that's weird. But
got a YouTube people up there too.
Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't find anything out, but that's his thing, is doing stunts. So to me, I feel like I
saw one where he offered a fast food worker like $2,000 if he quit his job on the spot and got into his car from the drive-through window.
Really?
Yep, and the guy did it. So
he's got 202,000 subscribers. 8.57 million views.
Wow.
So, but I couldn't tell you if it was real or fake or not. I doubt it.
I'm leaning towards fake. He probably does a mixture of, real videos, fake videos, whatever.
Yeah,
it would be pretty awesome if a passenger actually did have to take over for an Uber driver because he was high. I'm sure it's happened.
It would be awesome, and I will say that during the podcast, you were bound and determined to think that this was real, but then you've kind of changed your tune, probably, if you thought about it.
Yeah. So, survey says Ben was wrong.
Well, I the one where you said the fast food worker, that could definitely be real.
Yeah,
I mean, it could, but I mean, I can't see. I guess an Uber driver would rip a bong, I guess, but to me, I was leaning more towards fake, but
yeah,
couldn't figure that one out. So that one's kind of unfounded. Couldn't find anything out about reduced pay.
The wait time.
Yeah, for the drivers. Uber is testing a new feature with their employees about being able.
Wait, we're not employees. We're partners.
I meant their employees. It's not live yet. They're actual employees.
Yes.
Where they can wait and save a little money. It's I would consider it in beta. It got leaked out, obviously, because there's some articles about it. But we were just inquiring if the driver is going to make less because the fare is less, which
survey says we don't know.
We don't know, but I would say yes. If I had to guess, I would say you're getting whatever the fare is. Which makes sense, though, because we wouldn't even really know that, right? Now that I think about it.
Yeah, I don't think it would tell us. I think it's just telling the passenger.
Right, so we would see the fare as this, because maybe it's just knocking down the surge. I think that's probably all it's doing. So we would never probably even know now that I think about it.
Yeah, probably.
But anyways, let's see. Is Google... So this one kind of got interesting. We talked about Google starting their own rideshare.
Yeah.
So Google... So it's Alphabet leads 1 billion investment in Lyft. So Alphabet... Yeah, Alphabet is somehow related to Google, but it's like a...
Alphabet is the parent company of Google.
Yes. So they invested $1 billion into Lyft. So we were like, wow. It says they were an early investor in Uber, a company now, Google was an early investor in ride-hailing rival Uber, a company now being sued by Alphabet entity Waymo, but it never put money into Lyft. Neither company would name other investors in the round. And then it talks about them putting it in there. So I was like, oh, okay. So maybe that's why they dropped it. So then I'm like, well, wait a minute. If they invested in Lyft, why would they take both of them out of their Google Maps? So then I dug in a little more, and Google, this is supposed to be fast internet. I have way too many tabs open. This is my computer. So Google started a carpool service through Waze. So we've seen that, and we've seen that in our app. But this, you pay for. In its current form, Waze Carpool is less land grab for Uber and Lyft's business than that of the smaller, explicitly commuting-focused ride startups such as Vio. Waze Carpool is charging riders just 54 cents a mile, which is also what the IRS recommends companies reimburse their employees. So you do pay for it, but it's not anything like Uber and Lyft. So.
Interesting. So it's not necessarily rideshare. It's just sharing your ride to work.
Right. But my question is, which I couldn't find, and Quartz, we've been with them before. They come up with some good, some good scoops. But so the driver's paying 54 cents a mile. Where's that going? Is it just going to the driver of that day is getting that or what? But
interesting.
Yeah, I couldn't really find anything, but it kind of leads me to think that maybe Google is thinking about it.
Yeah. It's an interesting model, but if you think about it, if people just start carpooling to work, if there's a huge office building downtown Chicago and you can set up a carpool through Waze and it's cheaper than an Uber, I think people are going to go for it.
Right. It looks like Uber offers Uber Commute, which is in the U.S. is live in Chicago and reimburses drivers 54 cents a mile. So whoever's driving that day gets 54 cents. So
it's almost like the whole joyride thing. Like, I'm going to this place. If you want me to get you something from here, I'll do it.
Yeah.
This is like, I'm going to this building to work. If you want to ride along, pay this much.
Right. I think it might be good fit for bigger buildings that work the same schedule. Like maybe, a factory that they all work 7 to 3 or whatever, but I don't think it's going to be a game changer by any means. It's still going to be rideshare around.
Yep.
So I'm not too worried about it, but it is interesting about Google. I'm not sure why they don't. They have so much money they could throw at it.
Seriously.
I mean, they have so much money they could throw at it and still be profitable, unlike Uber and Lyft.
No kidding.
So, all right, that's all I have. Man, that's a 20-minute fact check. So,
all right, look at that.
But
fact check remotely.
Yeah, that was kind of cool. I'm a little funny with the delay. At the beginning, I was interrupting you a little bit, and I apologize for that. I was trying to figure the delay out.
Yeah, no worries.
So, all right. I will.
Well, signing off.
Signing off. Hold on. I will stop the recording.